Good
All right,
morning,
Tony, thanks
Ryan.
a lot. Hi, Mindy.
How are you?
Real good.
Yeah, we
One
had to wait.
program after
Yeah, just
another
what, a
here.
little bit for Tony to get off air before we could move on.
Well, we trying to make it seem like we're a seamless network here of shows, and maybe one day we'll get to that point. So it'll make no sense at all for people who just are clicking on this video. But Tony just came with it with his NBA card for today, and we'll have our NBA picks as well as a 7 game NBA card. But of course, it's Sunday. We're just a half an hour away from another. More early football game from Europe, but this time they're going to be in Germany. So we've already previewed that game. I don't want anybody to leave us here right now because you're here, but uh, if you want to preview that game, you can go to the Tony's Picks YouTube channel or type in Google. You can type in the team names, uh, you know, Buccaneers, Seahawks, and Morning Steam, and I'm pretty sure it'll come right up. But we also previewed all the other early starts for Sunday. And Mindy, it's NFL Sunday. We're going to look at the afternoon games as well, coming off the colleges yesterday. Uh, some pretty interesting results. I
I
don't know if
guess.
anything was too crazy in your mind, but
Well, I mean, I thought Oregon losing what their first time in 23 years at home. Thought that was a
well,
little
what were they
interesting.
doing?
And then UCLA blowing a big lead there versus Arizona. I was like, man, those two, Pac-12 teams had something to prove and kind of blew it in my mind.
Yeah, well, and it did go under. That's what I went with on the show. I remember
Right.
had a crazy, outrageous number. So uh, anyway, yeah. So yesterday in college football, we had you know all those games and uh, plenty of results, but I don't know, it was hit or miss for you. How'd you do? I'm going to bring up the website tonyspicks.com while we let everyone get in. Want to say hello to everybody coming to us in the chat today. Glad you're here on Sunday. And take a look, Mindy, who's joining us today. Plenty of steamers here. Going to be Scotches with us. Blake's here. Latifa will be here for the puck. And yep. So I'm going to bring up the website, see how everybody did yesterday.
Yeah, I had a
And
pretty good day. I was ahead after it was all said and done. So happy with that, of course. Didn't have one of those any 7-0 days or anything like that, but pretty good overall.
Nick, another strong day. Brandon bringing it. Daniel and Sam and the GM coming through with winning days yesterday. Just want to point out some of the features over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can get our latest premium picks over there with all of our packages locked and loaded for Sunday. We got Mindy in there with a 3-pack. We got the GM coming off his 2-0 day. He's got a super lock there for Sunday. Mindy, you got an early NFL card. What else are you going to have on the site?
Yeah, so if you can, keep scrolling, you can see all of the. I have NBA and I have NHL as well. So only one in the NHL, 2 plays in the NBA, and then I'm looking at about 8 plays here in NFL on the card today. So it should be an exciting one for me on this fun Sunday afternoon.
5-pack there in the early kickoffs, and you got an NBA best bet, your $15 best bet today. You got that NHL best bet and multi-sport 5-pack with NHL, NBA, and NFL. So also, I want to take a look one more thing here before we get rolling. Got to get started here on the show with so many games we want to preview, but I just want to show the weekly leaderboard over at Tony'sPicks.com and just take a look at how many cappers are in the prop. Just pretty much almost the whole team, starting with Tiffany, having a real good week. Mindy, you're right there as well, showing profit this week. Everybody is on that board. Even I'm hanging in there at the bottom. And Team
And the
Steam, we
steam
came
team.
through. Well, we started. It was the opposite of our usual Saturday. We started red hot, Mindy, and then we kind of cooled down, like the temperature, towards the end of the day yesterday. So, see if we can't get back in our winning streak here today, as our winning streak ends at 3 days over on the consensus premium picks. So click on the All Cappers tab. There you'll find all of our handicappers there with their profiles, with their results. You can check out all their previous results, all of our results. I'm way down here at the bottom. I got to heat up today on Sunday with this NFL card and really the four major sports. I want to throw in, Mindy, actually on my card today, I've got an early 3-pack of games on that window there. And I also have, get this, I have my CFL semifinal
Oh, there
discount.
you go. All
Yep,
right.
2 games away
Nice.
from the Grey Cup, or as we say in Canada, Le Coupe Grey. And I've got my top play for the day. Both the semifinals are today. We'll know the Grey Cup teams and for the Grey Cup, and we'll find out who those teams are today. It'll be either Montreal or Toronto from the east, BC or Winnipeg from the west. Some people say the BC Winnipeg game, Mindy, that is the Grey Cup because those are the
Oh,
two
I see.
better teams in that
It's
semifinal.
like Bills versus Chiefs, that sort of thing. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, it's the better teams going at it as well. I don't know if I'll have preview those games. I didn't plan to since I didn't tell you about it, but I do have anyways. It doesn't matter too much. There it is right there. CFL semifinal discount best bet, and the other game with Montreal and Toronto. There was a little bit of news coming out of that game. It looks like Bethel Thompson will not be starting for Toronto in that game, so they go with their backup. So, okay, well, let's get rolling on the show because we got a lot of games to preview today, and everyone's starting to file in. So it's great to have everyone here. A few more comments maybe before we get rolling. We have Scott says strange results in NBA and NHL yesterday, and Gerardo is with us as well. All right, everyone's here. We'll get rolling again. We've already previewed the early games in the NFL card, and those videos are up right now, as well as Tony's videos, Ben's videos, Brandon's videos for
bringing the heat, Ramon. Bringing it.
Yep, for NFL. There's lots of video content already up on the Tony'sPicks.com YouTube channel. And again, we're just 15 minutes away. Baby Mindy, I don't know if you have a pick in the early game, but maybe we can give it out right after it starts, or maybe you could even give it out just a minute or two before it starts or something. But we want to encourage everyone to get Mindy's play on the game over there at Tony'sPicks.com. Mindy, you have a premium. Is it in your package or is it a standalone?
No, it's not. So it's just going to be a standalone game, just because when they want to give more folks more opportunity to get on those packages as well.
Get
so
off
this
to
is
a winning
just a
start
for me, and it's I can tease that it's Ramon's free play.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I can narrow. It was a free play on the show that I was on the right side. I was on the side you gave out. Okay, then I already know what it is, right? So, so there's your tease. You don't have to give it out. We'll talk about it after it starts. But just want to mention one other note, Mindy, before we start on the afternoon games of the NFL, and a bummer for us, but looks like Josh Allen's going to be in there today. I would think that all indications are, even though it's just an upgrade to probable, and we're not seeing the line go all the way back to as high as 7 or 7.5 or even higher than that, but it did go back up to 6.5. I think that's a strong indication that the information that came out about Allen playing today is certain. And of course, we got the worst of that line, but hopefully our subscribers are weighted, or we gave out. I want to clarify now, not to because they can get the free plays or whatever, but our underplay in that game, we're really getting a tough break on that. Gave it out at like 43.5 because I don't know. I really thought Allen was not really going to play that game. Why risk it? But he's pretty much insistent on playing in the game. So, okay, let's roll. Unless you have any comment on that, Mindy, I think that is a big, significant news worth mentioning before we get started.
I think that's it.
Okay. And Mario joins us as well. And KJiz, I'm just gonna say it. I just want to say it. I want just easier. I
It's a
think he said
trap,
I said it
Ramon. It's a
right.
trap.
No, I think he said that's the way to say it. So, it's just a nickname, just to handle. Colts and Raiders will start it off as we get off in the afternoon in Vegas. The Colts made news this week with their off the board coaching change. I'm not too Mindy, I'm not that concerned. I know it seems extreme, but there's a lot of bad coaches in the NFL. Jeff Saturday is a pretty cerebral dude. This is a guy who basically held Peyton Manning's hand for practically all his years when he was in Indianapolis. So they have assistants, they're professional coaches. Just because the owner's a goofball, Saturday can come in and he's just going to administrate things. I'm sure he's got his play caller in there and everything has already been talked about.
Yeah, and so then is it that they are grooming Peyton Manning for that position? I mean, I don't know. I've heard that that's like some of the rumors. But again, I don't know that it's one of those like they're putting Saturday in now, then it's going to go to Peyton Manning and Saturday would stay on as assistant. I have no idea how this is all going to go. But to me, again, I agree with you. Like, you're going to be making more of the, I don't know, should we take a timeout here? Should we go for it there kind of decisions rather than the day-to-day, play calling here as well. But it's still the fact that the Colts are, almost last place in points scored. And I don't know if that's something that's going to change here today either. I'm going to take the Raiders just because of, the turmoil. Raiders are also 4-1 against the spread, the last 4 of the 5. I know they haven't been playing well either, but I think there's a lot more opportunities for the Raiders here, to get out in a lead rather than the Colts. I'll take the Raiders -4.
All right. Yeah, I mean, if anything, I could almost argue that the sharp side it appears to be the Colts in a way, right? I mean, we did see the line kind of fluctuate a little bit and even go as high as minus 6 points for the Raiders at one point, but what are the Raiders doing at this point? I mean, they're 2-6. I mean, they're nothing special. Look, it's been a big disappointment for everybody in Indianapolis, and now Ellinger's in there because of the Ryan situation. Also have the situation with Taylor. He's just not healthy, not producing. So it's been kind of a disaster there as well. So I don't necessarily mind the Raiders in this spot, Mindy, but for me, I think I'm going to end up on the under in this game. I'm already lost some points here, down to 41 from a 43. So maybe not the best scenario for a premium play, but I'm going to go under in this one. You're right, Colts struggling. They're last in points, really. If you just, I thought, like you said, I mean, some teams have had their bye or whatever, but Las Vegas, nothing special either. 2-6 straight up, and can they get the offense going with the way they've been looking? I'll go under. Mindy says take Las Vegas, and there's a couple of plays get us started here on Morning Steam, and your plays as well coming in the chat. Thanks. Make sure you put, Latifa gets the better of the line. I've got to wait till Sunday for the show. That's okay, because I don't mind. It might still be. All right. Cardinals and Rams, talk about a dropping total here, Mindy. We did get the news overnight from Adam Schefter. Kyler Murray downgraded to questionable in this game. We don't know if Stafford's going to play. He's questionable with a concussion, and of course everyone knows their backup Wolford. If you remember, he came in and beat Arizona in that playoff game to get the Rams to the playoffs. So maybe Wolford's the guy in this one. But anyways, the Rams are right now just a 2.5 point favorite. I'm showing 2.5 now and going up. So I think that Murray news is starting to hit people, but there's no guarantee that Stafford's going to be in there. If he clears concussion protocol, I guess he'd be in, but he wasn't practicing this week.
Right. But I mean, I like where these backups stand. I don't have any problem with them. Kind of like how you just, talked about it.
Mentioned Colt McCoy. Sorry about that.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I mean, both these teams are fighting for their 4th win. That Arizona defense is still 31st. I mean, they're allowing just a ton of points yet. And again, I think when you get those backups in there, they are really, jockeying for position and really want to stay, in good graces with the coaches and such and fighting for their jobs for next year. And then you have, DeAndre Hopkins. He's playing well since his return. Also, I think that there's a lot of opportunity for points here in this one. I'm going to take the over 43.
Okay. Well, fair enough.
Or I
I
guess
mean,
over 39 now.
well, right. I mean, and again, it's all because of these quarterbacking situations. So again, got Colt McCoy in there for Kyler Murray. You might have Wolford in there for uh, Matthew Stafford. So doesn't look like the best situation in this game for these teams. I don't know. I think with Murray out, I don't know what's going to happen with these guys now, but I do remember Wolford going in there and winning that playoff game, certainly. So I don't know. I think I'm going to disagree with you, Minnie. I'm going to go under in this game. Can't give it out as a premium. I think it could be very, very ugly with those guys in there. Hopefully it works out. But you did mention some of the defense as well. But I mean, I can't go, not that it has lost a ton of value, really, but I mean, no one really saw this kind of development coming this week. I mean, the look ahead was 45. I think the general openers were in the 40s a little bit, low 40s, and now you're looking at 39. So we'll just disagree on this game. That's fine. I don't know if I can even get on a side.
Yeah, I don't know if too many folks are really going to be playing this one anyway, right? Unless it's your favorite team, perhaps.
Dallas and Green Bay here. Dallas is a favorite here by 4, totaled up to 44.5. We know the woes right now of the Packers, but I don't know. Are they as bad as they've looked? They have looked bad, and whenever the game has been on the line, that's when they've looked the worst. Maybe that's why they look so bad, and if Dallas has just been great.
And if Aaron Rodgers is not in sync, why are they just not running the ball? I just feel like they are not doing what they need to do to win games. And I'm unsure what's going on with all that. And then you have a Green Bay defense here that's ranked 26, allowing 138.5 yards per game on the ground. I mean, I still think the Cowboys, even if Elliott's out, still has a good chance of putting up points here with Pollard. Aaron Rodgers, he's in turmoil, having those 3 interceptions a week before in that loss to the Lions. Cowboys, as we know, have that nice O-line here. I think they have 33 sacks here on the season. I like the Cowboys in this one. Packers, to me, are kind of a mess all the way around, especially when it comes to play calling to me.
Yeah, I mean, this is a spot where I usually land on the Packers, but they're just not showing enough to me right now. I feel like Dallas 6-2 off their bye, Green Bay with that 3-6 record, the 5-game losing streak right now. Where are the answers going to come from? Dobbs is now out. They have line problems. Dallas still is bringing the heat with the defense. There's nothing different or wrong right now with Dallas, right? Dak is back in there. Oh boy, we've got such a controversy. We're not going to play Pollard. We're going to play Elliott. Oh, tough dilemma to have, right? I mean, look, anybody would take Elliott right now on some of these teams, even if he's past his prime and they're playing him out of the fact that he's the tenured running back. That's probably the case. They're just playing. He gets paid more money. He's the bigger name. He can do the job just as good as Pollard. Pollard maybe is doing a better job. Makes for a great change of pace back. It's a very, very good situation for Dallas. This is going to be tough, Mindy, to cover a number on the road. I don't like to necessarily do it. All the technical trends in this one say Green Bay, especially when I think this is going to end up being a low-scoring game today. But I'm going to go with you, and I'm going to take Dallas, lay those points, lay 4 points on the road. You knew where I was going with it. I just want to make myself clear. Yeah. Hey, all right. Latifa says the same thing. All right. Ages says 3 straight wins, but Dallas takes this. And of course, you do have the McCarthy game. I know the storyline and all that. So let me get everybody's pick on there, Mindy. Everybody doing good.
Right.
Everybody's got comments on that game, so let's get them up there. All right, good to see Timmy Tushu coming on in. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Victor's here too. Goodness, I tell you, there's lots of folks today. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, Mindy. Well, we have a matchup with teams with really not much of a home field identity. Sure, San Francisco's got loyal followers, but not really. They've kind of abandoned them a little bit. There's a little bit of backlash, a little bit of apathetic fan base right now, I think. No offense to any of the true Niners fans out there, but they're a big favorite here today. We know the Chargers have all the injury woes in the world still, and well, Debo's in.
Yeah, this one is really hard for me, Ramon, the Northern Cal versus Southern Cal. But, it's 49ers coming off a bye week. And like you said, returning Debo as well. But, Garoppolo's just been so inconsistent. But he is actually putting up a little bit better numbers than Herbert this year. But we know there's, the injuries and the lack of wide receivers, missing, Keenan Allen and Williams. I don't know. I just think that this Chargers team is just still pretty scrappy. I think they're going to be able to cover this, especially with that little hook in there. I don't love this game, but I'm going to go Chargers plus 7.5 in this one.
All right, Mindy. Yeah, we got some comments about the game, I think, there in the chat. Says you think that the 49, the Chargers and 49ers game goes back and forth. And you would think that, with the Niners having the defense and the Chargers, all the talk being about those receivers. But man, Mindy, it just seems like Justin Herbert, he's the type of guy that just takes whatever receivers they give him and he finds a way to make it work. Now, it's not going to work as good as when you have Keenan Allen in there, but you've seen some of these other guys step up and you don't even know who they are. Sometimes you're like, who's number 7? So you've got, Cooper, you got guys who really, because of the ability, really, it looks like to me of Herbert. Like he can keep you in any game, in any situation. And KJ says, take those Chargers. We're going to be on the Chargers, Mindy, in this one. Right. They've won 3 straight on the road. We like to, talk about the Chargers. You know what? It's pressure at home because the other team, you got to use a silent count on your home stadium. It's just an awkward feeling, but they get away from that area and they actually perform a little bit better. Look, Debo's in. 49ers win the game. Debo's in, but Jimmy's just 3-3 so far. So, I like Jimmy. He wins games, but covering a big number like this, I'm not so sure. And as far as what we were saying on the total, I think it's gone a little bit too low. So Blake says Debo and McCaffrey up for a big day. I'll say this about the Chargers as my team, right, Mindy, the team that I follow, the team I, still kind of root for. I want to call them San Diego Chargers, not by accident, but by design. But I don't want anybody to get the wrong impression like I'm, goofball that still calls them the San Diego Chargers. I want to call them the San Diego Chargers because I didn't break up with the lightning bolt. They broke up with me, and they have incompetent ownership. And what it breaks down to, Mindy, we'll get moving on that. This is a Sunday night game, by the way, but it's the Chargers. People say, man, the Chargers, they every year in and year out, they seem to be the team that suffers from the most injuries, and it really detriment to their chances of moving forward. Well, in my opinion, it's because the Chargers are a team that cuts corners. They cut corners on training staff. They cut corners on medical staff. Areas where it helps a team. Physical trainer. Not the quality of them. The quality's there, but they find ways to use less personnel. It's NFL. I mean, these are huge, multi-million-dollar organizations. So people in there are competent, but the Chargers find a way to cut corners in different areas where, to me, it affects the whole uh, fitness of the team and preparation of the team. So they've got great talent. They spend money on the talent. You got to give these people support and guidance, health, and things like that to make them go forward. So. All right, yeah, we'll get rolling here. Let's keep moving. Mindy, got to do a quick show here today, talking about the weather in Winnipeg. I hope so. Yeah, it's Grey Cup weather. Let's get started in the NBA, Mindy. We've got today a 7-game card coming off of yesterday. We talked about some weird performances there, but I don't know if you have any comments or we just get rolling on it with the Thunder and the Knicks. And in this one, I'm showing a current line. These are a couple hours old, so let's see if there's been any change. This one's up a point to 226.5.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of take a look at the over there. Ramon Thunder over has hit last 8 of 9 games in OKC specifically here versus the Knicks. So, hey, I'll be taking the over. How about you?
Yeah, well, for me in this one, Mindy, I think I was going to consider that over at 225. So far though, OKC 1-4 straight up and against the spread in their last 5 games. They are do pretty well against the Knicks. Covered 6 of the last 7 meetings. Knicks right now 0-4 against the spread, off a straight up win. But I'm showing this line opened as high as 7, and now it's down to 5. It may even go even a tick lower. Man, this one's really close for me. I'm going to take the Knicks in this one. Not thrilled about it, but I'll take the Knicks as my free play. Mindy says go over 225, Thunder and the Knicks. Latifah says, I think she said she's got a lean on the Knickerbockers.
Yeah.
All right. Jazz and is that right? Jazz and Sixers. I might be out of order here a little bit. Let me. Can you go with this one? Sorry about that. Jazz and Sixers. I went out.
I can do that. I'm a trained professional.
Well, I like to be perfect. I like to have the perfect rotation order and all that. But I flashed it up there on the screen. We've already probably cut the, chopping these up. Don't want to screw anything up. So let's just go with this one. Utah and Philly. Philly is a 3.5 point favorite. Total's dropped a 1.5 to 219 on the total.
All right. Well, I'll take over that 219 today. Over's 4-1 the last 5 overall. Over 5-1 in the 76ers last 6 games following a straight up win. So yeah, like the over.
Okay, well that might work for you. Oops, let me bring him back up there too. Obviously, you're getting a pretty good line at this point. Opened that's at 220.5. In fact, I show. Now see, I'm looking at my notes are in order and my game script is not. Yeah, well, I really messed this one up. Anyways, in this one, Mindy, Utah 10-4 straight up and against the spread. I noticed some people starting to move them up to number 1 in the power in their power ratings. I don't know where you have them right now, but certainly they're in the top 5. Are they in the top 3, 4? What do you think?
Sure, I would go with top 3. I would say easily. Yeah, I like them.
And Cleveland's given a little bit back of late. So Utah's 7-1 against the spread in their last 8. Under is 5-12 in the last 17 meetings. So I'm not sure I can, agree with you there. I think, but since I talked up the Jazz, I kind of like them today, probably to even win this game. They're playing really, really well. We know the Sixers they don't play too well, not too well at home. I'm going to take Utah as my free play. Mindy says go over in Utah and Philly.
Sounds good.
And the Cages agrees. Just gonna say that every time. Okay, let me get back on track here with Memphis and Washington. And Washington's been a big mover. Oh, Washington's been a big mover here, Minnie. I'm showing Washington. In fact, they went all the way to 2.5, and now it's back to 1.5. The total is way, way down. 217.5. Might want to check the
Jeez.
status.
Well, I had a heck of a time even trying to find a spread on this game overnight and this morning. I didn't have anything. So, but yeah, I like the under only because it's 5-1 the last 6 meetings and 6-1 in Washington. I was just gonna try to check real quick here with how that moves my numbers. If you're going all the way to, would you say 217 almost?
217.5. So thinking about maybe checking out, see the status of maybe one Ja Morant here on a move like that. See if anybody in the comments, that's what Latifa says. So that would seem to be the indicator to me of that serious a move. One of the top players in the league, certainly in Ja Morant. So I'll
So
bring
yeah,
up
I mean, I like the under, but geez, now I'm losing, probably about 4 points. So I'd have to check that out, reevaluate, see how that goes.
Yep. Morant is doubtful with that ankle injury. Beal questionable for Washington. So that's where you're seeing that big move right there, Mindy. I don't know. Did you end up making a commitment, or you think we're gonna?
Yeah, I mean, I would stick with the under. I would just say proceed with caution if that's what you're, going to do on that one, just because there was that change. And again, for me, I would go back and check it out and see where my number lies. But yeah, I like the under.
Okay. Well, I just didn't want to, because I do as well, and
Okay.
I did already. I think without Morant. So. Yep, and Desmond Bain also, Cages says, not in the lineup. So let's do it, Mindy. Let's go under 217.5 in this one. I don't think there's when you have a situation like this, you're not really saying that you're into, missing anything out on the line, because the line is reflective of an injury, not necessarily the betting. There may have been some people who were quick on the draw and got the best of it, but still, let's take under 217.5 with Memphis and Washington today.
Okay.
Timberwolves and Cleveland here. We talked about. I said they gave a little bit back recently. Yeah, I mean Cleveland, they're now down to a respectable 8-4, straight up and against the spread. So I don't think it's panic time. I think they'll continue to do fine and be a quality team. The total here though is down to 224.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good spot for them. Cavs are 4-0 at home. Timberwolves 1-3 on the road this season. I think Cavaliers can take this one here at the -5.
All right, Mindy will be on the Cavs here in this one. And for me, I see that move down to 224. I mean, it seems to me like it's only going one direction here, and that's lower. So, man, that's a really low number now. It's almost too low for me in a way. I mean, I know the way Cleveland plays with this tempo. That's a real serious move, though. Latifa says, fade Minnesota, take Cleveland. Is she subliminally talking to me to take Cleveland in this one with Mindy to roll tonight?
Your inside voice in your head.
Well, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. If Latifa says do it, let's just do it then. I don't know. I wanted to give Minnesota a chance here, actually, in this one. So I don't know. Boy, I want to listen to Latifa in a way, because I just was torn on it, especially when I see this total now dropping like it is so drastically. Man, it really has dropped significantly. So, all right, I'll do it. I'm on Cleveland.
Let's do it. All right, I like it.
Team play. They are definitely, Cleveland is definitely the better team. For me, I'm so about the dogs. So, I love taking the points, you guys. Stop it. All right. We're on Cleveland. All right. All
Quit
right.
picking on
I get
him,
it. I
Malone.
get it. Oh, I've given in. I've given in to the chat here in this one. So, all right. Good to have you. And yeah, they're spamming us with uh, the NFL updates as well. So, anyways, let's continue to move on here. And next up, we've got the Nuggets and the Bulls in this one. And in this one, I'm showing right now Denver is a 1.5 point favorite. Total has dropped to 229.5.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bulls at home, 5-0. Last 5 played on 3 days rest. Nuggets 1-5 of the last 6 road games here as well. So Nuggets 2-6 on the road. Bulls 4-3 at home. I'll take them. Let's go Bulls +1.
All right, I agree with you, Mindy. I'm ready to take the Bulls in this game as well. Denver's just 2-6 against the spread on the road this season. They've also failed to cover in 3 straight, even though they've won 2 of those games. Chicago, they've gone under in 3 straight, but I think Denver is going to look to. You see that total? Yes, it has dropped, but I don't know. It might be. I probably won't go over just because that number is pretty high, but it does seem like I think it'll be a high scoring game, actually. I'm going to take the Bulls with Mindy, though, here.
All right.
Latifah says
Consensus
we're on
play.
it. Latifah says we're on it. We're on it. We got 3 plays so far on the consensus.
Let's do it.
And, yep. That was the Nuggets and the Bulls. All right. Warriors and Kings are going to go back at it. They just played recently. Warriors are 4.5 here, totaled up to 236.5. Wow.
Wow, is right. I mean, the unders 5-2 in the last 7 meetings. Under 11-4 in the last 15 in Sacramento here as well. I like the under 236.5, comma.
I do too, Vindy. I mean, it seems like when these 2 teams are playing, I mean, yes, when you think of the King, you think of some of their old matchups too, or whatever, but just doesn't seem to be going that way right now, especially when you get Golden State. They're just, weak on the road. I was thinking that the familiarity now they got to look at Sacramento. They're still Golden State. Maybe they can measure Sacramento here. This is a very gettable number at 4.5. We know Golden State's 0-6 straight up on the road so far, looking for that first victory. They actually have a cover as an underdog. Sacramento 8-10 against the spread their last 10 games. And you mentioned the home streak, the under streak, but don't forget Sacramento's also 12-4 against the spread last 16 meetings against Golden State. They did it last time again. So K-Jiz says, love the Kings, love the under. That's what we're on. We're on the under 4. Oh boy, we're cooking now. We better want to get back to our winning ways.
Well, we were 3-0 yesterday, right?
No, don't make no mistake. Yeah, let's make it clear. I didn't go over that. I should have done a better job, but we had so much to cover. We didn't really stay over. But I believe it was 3-0 in NBA, and was it 2-0 in hockey?
Yeah.
Right.
So we did well in those. It's the college football that got us.
Kept us on a winning day. So sorry about that, Team Steam. We were rolling with the picks. It wasn't your guys' fault. In fact, I think you guys had more comments for us in basketball and hockey. So, all right, Mindy, we got one more there. We're on the under. Could we end up with a 5-pack from the Team Steam consensus?
We'll see. It's like rolling the dice with this pick. Here we go, Ramon. What's it going to be?
I just want to play Timmy Two Shoes' funny's comment about that. And we know the Warriors can knock, but again, whatever we say about the Warriors, they are broken. Hey, speaking of broken, I mean this is a sorrowful game. I mean, you got 2 teams that are kind of in the same situation. Not the Nets aren't anywhere close to the Lakers situation, but they're still kind of in a funk. Overpriced guys not getting it done right now with all kinds of drama and all that. So one of these teams are going to take away a win here. I'm showing the Nets are up to a 5-point favorite. LeBron's out. Again, it looks like Anthony Davis is going to play. Total way down to 219.5.
Oh, well, I was going to look to the under here,
Yeah.
Ramon. It's 17-8-1 the last 26. You know how it goes. 7-0 the last 7 overall for the Nets. Under 4-1 to the Lakers as well. So, yeah, was going to go under that one here, Ramon.
You're still going to do it?
Sure.
Okay. Well, look, it's definitely been steamed to the under.
Scoring, so yes.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, I tried to, do it the other day. And I still think it might go under here. I mean, that's what I feel about the game. No LeBron. Granted, you got AD. I mean, you got AD in there. You got KD. But I still think it might. I mean, the move is just too severe for me. I really think this one's headed under in this one. Latifa says, take Brooklyn in this one, laying the points now against the Lakers on the road, getting all kinds of good comments. Fade Lakers most of the time. Nets all day, says Scotch. Latifa says BKN. But let's take the under, Mindy, as our play. Get us 5 plays. In the NBA, coming off a 3-0 day with our premium consensus. So why not? Let's do it. Don't forget, I mean, this is NFL day too, Mindy, where that's our best record with team. I mean, we're hitting, I think, like 67%, somewhere around there. So let's just tell everyone right away, now that we're 15 minutes into the start of this game. I don't know if you have your eye on it so far. We are on the over in the game there, over in the game in Germany, but so far 5 minutes in, no score. So, okay.
Lots of time.
Yeah. All right. Let's get ready now. We're going to next go to college basketball, and we take a look at 5 games, a 5-pack of games from Mindy here on a manageable college basketball card. I was a little intimidated yesterday, and I couldn't really expand on the card. I felt too strong about my select plays yesterday, so maybe my bad on that. The results were mixed. There was just too many games for me, I think, to have success with. So maybe with this card, we can start with Colorado and Tennessee in this one in college basketball. And I'm showing Tennessee. This one opened much lower than this. They're not playing them in football, so I don't know if why it's moving so high, but still a pretty considerable number here with Tennessee minus 16 now. Total has dropped to 136.5.
Goodness. Well, I mean, I do like the home team here, Tennessee. They're 1-0 after beating Tennessee Tech 75-43. Colorado 1-1 after losing to Grambling by 10. Tennessee, they have this nice man-to-man D. They also tend to steal the ball a lot that way also, especially with a Colorado team that tends to struggle a little bit. I'll take Tennessee.
All right, Mindy's on Tennessee. It's a pretty big number there. I like the fact that this total's gone down as much as it has. Look, I understand right now it might be getting steamed over the last few minutes here to the under, but for me, I kind of want to go the other way. I want to go over 136.5 with Colorado and Tennessee. That'll be my free pick. Mindy says take Tennessee and lay 16 points. Mindy, it's not a football game. No, Tennessee beat Colorado. They would beat it by 46 points probably. Okay, Towson is going to be taking on Penn in a matchup here. Towson minus 4.5. Total is 141. I was thinking football. Towson minus 4.5. Total 141.5.
Yeah, Towson's 2-0 on the season. Took out UMass. Penn 0-2. Lost to Missouri. Both are averaging about 67 points per game. But, if you take a look at it, Towson's shooting at 48% compared to 41 here for Penn. I like Towson here to win and cover, -4.5.
Yeah, to me, I want to kind of look at that and see. 'Cause, I mean, Townsend's already taken some action. I hope it hasn't gone up. Oh no, it's actually gone down to 4 in
Oh,
this one. So
interesting.
let's take Towson. I like it. I, I don't know. They might be a. I don't know if they're a team like Towson's going to be a public team, but um, it opened up. What they it seems like they're taking sharp action for sure in this one. So they won both their games, like you said. Penn lost both their games. They're both 1-1 against the spread. Towson has played a little bit of defense. You mentioned, so the fact that they're favored, I think they'll win. I think they'll cover. Let's take Towson. Consensus play on the road here. Laying 4 points. Well, it says 4.5 on screen, but uh, you know we'll suffer with it. I think most people will be able to lay 4 points. So at this point,
All right.
Montana State and Long Beach State, and this one, the 49ers are favored by 2. Total is 147.5. No change.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like Long Beach here at home, -2. Montana State lost to Grand Canyon, Long Beach State to UCLA. Montana, though, they score 54 points, 38% shooting. Long Beach, though, they average, well over that, 74 points a game, 43% shooting. I like how they also shoot the long ball, too. Montana State shooting, Long Beach State shooting 32% from 3. I'll take Long Beach State in this one.
All right, the Beach laying 2 points at the Pyramid at home against the Bobcats, and Montana State. They lost their first one, right? And Long Beach 1-1 straight up and against the spread. Montana State, pretty good opponents. Played Texas Tech and Grand Canyon so far. So I don't know. I was kind of leaning Montana State. I'm not going to go against you though, because I like the over much more in this one. I feel very strongly. Cages says take Long Beach in that one, but I'll go over. Mindy does say take Long Beach. I say go over. That's my free play here on the show. Take the over 147.5. Mindy says take Long Beach -2. Opened as high as -4, Mindy. So good job.
Yep.
North Texas and St. Mary's here in this one, and I'm showing right now is St. Mary's -8. The total, however, is down to 119.5. That doesn't
Yeah,
surprise
both
me at all.
teams, starting the season undefeated. So yeah, I mean, St. Mary's, they're scoring 78.5 points a game. North Texas, only 53 in their opener. Again, I know it's a little bit hard sometimes with, they were playing a Vermont team. That's pretty decent. St. Mary's, though, they shoot 43% from the floor, while Texas is at 34. St. Mary's also 11-4 against the spread their last 15 home games. I'll take a -8.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't seem like too bad a price now, actually. Looking at it, -8 on here in this one. Look, that's a pretty serious move to the under in this one. Mindy, that's where I'm going to go. I think I'm going to end up taking under in this game. Mindy says take St. Mary's -8. They are 2-0. They also went over in both those games, but I'm going to go with the under in this one. St. Mary's, they kind of smashed Vermont in that game. That was they were an 8-point favorite and they won by 26 points. So we might be back on target. We might be back to St. Mary's basketball again this year. So looks like Latifa says close game here. So looks like we got some comments on the football, and I'm watching it here. So we want to finish up this show so we can watch the game. Cages says St. Mary's at home and the under. Well, that's what we just gave out. So that
Right.
sounds like on Team Steam, if we can get this one home, we'll all take some credit for that. All right, Vermont and Cal State. We'll talk about Vermont, right? I just talked about St. Mary's smashing Vermont, and they've hung
Yeah, I
out
might
in
have said that
Southern
the wrong way, huh? Yeah, they beat Vermont. I think I said they
Yeah,
lost to Vermont. So sorry about
79.
that.
Yeah, yep. Well, again, they're spending their week in Southern California. It's kind of hard to keep your focus here, but now they got to play Cal State Fullerton in this one. And Fullerton, let's see, they are an underdog here. Vermont 4.5, 137 indeed.
Yeah, Cal State Fullerton just beat Pepperdine 74-71. Cal State Fullerton, they also, they're a pretty tall team. They out rebound. I think also, they'll be able to play well here at home. I like Cal State Fullerton. I'll take them plus 4.5 in this one.
Okay, fair enough. Mindy's on Fullerton, taking the points at home. I only see one way this game is going to go, Mindy. It's worthy of a premium selection, but I'm going to give it out right here on the show, and it's going to be to take the under in this game. Look, I know Vermont went over in both their games so far, but I think the line might reflect a lower scoring game here. Fullerton, despite their 1-1 record, Mindy says they covered both their games so far. I think they might be able to limit Vermont here. Close game, 137. That's a reasonable number. I'm going to go under as my free play. So Cages says take Fullerton, and there's an under as well from Cages. And so, Mindy, I guess we just ended up with one college play, and it was on Towson.
Not a problem.
Yep, it looks like we have maybe a solo play there. Let's go with our NBA 5-pack. So let's keep moving. Let's get this over with and get to the NHL. Where we have
here we go. Ready for some more winners.
Coming off a winning day yesterday, so why not? Oops. Well, okay, that's fine. Oh, I see what I did. Well, I don't mind. I wrote out the nicknames. So, well, I was kind of just doing it by. Usually, I write out the abbreviations, but for some reason, I do the nicknames. That's why. I was wondering if I pressed the right sport. Dallas is on the road here. And, I've actually showing Dallas taking quite a bit of action here. This one opened considerably lower. So looks like Dallas is going to be pretty popular at the window today. I'm showing them now up. Oh, boy, it's gone up even higher. 185, 6.5 under 15.
Well, I mean, I like the Stars, too. That's who I'll go to the window with. Stars 8-5 after losing to the Sharks. Flyers 7-5 after losing to the Senators. Stars 9th in goals scored here this season. Flyers are 31st. Stars 4-0 in the last 4 meetings between these two here as well. I'll be going with the Stars.
Whew, gosh, Mindy, it's so tough because I really like the Stars in this one. Man, the price, it opened as low as $1.35. Man, how can I pay 50 cents more? I never had a prayer to get that number, so it's not like I'm missing out on much. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's lay $1.85. Are we okay if we done okay with our big favorites in the NHL?
We've only lost one.
Okay, well that worries me a little bit, but I mean, could see some goals tonight. I'm thinking it could get to 7 tonight. That was my lean mid total. So, but I'll take the Stars. Lay the big against the Flyers, of course. So, all right, minus $1.85. That's fine. Sharks and Wild. The Wild are 240 here. Maybe San Jose's a bit of a public dog. I'm showing some openers as high as a minus 280. So the actions kind of come in on the Sharks here. The total is 6 flat and maybe starting to lean to the under now with the juice a little bit. Just a little bit of a shift, just a slight shift to the under.
Well, I like the Sharks here on the puck line today. I don't know if I can do them at the plus, 275 here on the money line, but on the puck line, Sharks have scored, 3.75 goals a game in the last 4, compared to the Wild, only averaging 1.25 goals in their last 4. I'll take Sharks here on the puck line.
Well, Minnesota has looked great. The Sharks have had a lot of problems, certainly, I think, in this one. So I'm not so sure about it. But for me, I'm going to end up going with the over in this one. San Jose is 7-2-1 to the over so far. I know San Jose 4-9 straight up. Minnesota just 5-9 on the puck line. Mindy, that helps you out, I think, in this one. But I'll go over. Mindy says take San Jose plus a goal and a half, and I say go over in San Jose and Minnesota.
And that
Right.
reminds me, congrats on your team beating up on San Jose.
How about it?
Yeah, that was quite the unexpected turn of events.
And the Canucks and the Bruins going to be here. Bruins, though, again, we talk about maybe a reasonable price for the Bruins. I don't know. They opened as high as 245. They're down to about 220, maybe even 215. So I guess Vancouver's starting to take a little action. I'm not so sure that what the goalie situation is. I don't think there's been. I think only one game was confirmed to the goalies. It might have been the first game that we showed. So. I listed Kincaid here. I am seeing some Allmarks in there, and I'm showing some Demkos as well as some Martins. So I feel unclear about this game as far as the goalies, but in fact, I'm showing no confirmed goalies at this point at any of the games. So I don't know how you feel about this one, but we do have the Bruins favored minus 220 or so with 6.5 under 15.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, I think the Bruins are going to be able to win this one, but I don't want to risk it at nothing over, the $2 here today. Canucks are ranked 30th in goals against. That's a 4 goals per game average. Bruins, are ranked first. Over though is 6-1 in the Canucks' last 7 road games. Over is 5-1-1. The Bruins' last 7. On no days rest, I'll take over 6.5 goals.
Okay, fair enough. I see where you're coming with that. Certainly, Vancouver's been a solid over. Obviously, this season, we know Boston number 1 in scoring. Vancouver really not close, but I get it. Yeah, look, Scott said it right there. Number 1 in scoring. He says Boston on the puck line. I actually kind of want to go against a little bit. Kind of want to get on Vancouver here and take them on the puck line. That's what I'm gonna fade Scotch. I can't believe I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna fade Scotch in this one. Not look, Boston's 8-0 at home. I get it, but I don't know. It's just one where I see the public move a little bit off of a 245 now down to as low as 215. There's a little bit of action coming in on Vancouver that is a little bit too sophisticated for me to know what that my handicap is going to be better than somebody else. Maybe it's butterscotch that is keeping me up. So he's laughing, I hope, at me and not with me. And I'll take him minus $1.25 plus a goal and a half. Me and Scotch are going heads up in this one. All right. Send you some Southern California tacos. Don't hold me to it. All right. Coyotes and the Rangers here. Mindy, Coyotes are someone either you try them or I try them. It seems like we keep alternating. We keep wanting to try, and we haven't been wrong. I mean, we've been wrong more often than not, but because of the money, we've been able to do well with Arizona. So is that a spot for them today against the Rangers?
Well, perhaps. I mean, I do like him actually against the Rangers, but I think the better play here is going to be the under 6.5 goals for me. Coyotes have allowed 2 or less goals on 3 out of their last 4. And it's the same thing with the Rangers. They've only allowed, 2 goals in their last 4 games here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the under. It's 4-1 the last 5 meetings. Under's 4-1 in Coyotes' last 4 road games there as well.
All right. Well, I'll be the one to play Arizona then, I guess, on that puck line. I'll take them at even money or so. Probably get more than that. Get plus 1.5. I mean, plus 105, maybe even plus 110 at this point. So. Want to find some consensus here. We've been hot, but I'm not sure about that total You said go under though, right?
I did say go under. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm teetering on that one, so I don't think I'll end up with a premium out of it. Not gonna. All right.
Yeah.
Uh, Caps on the Lightning here in this one, and I'm showing that the Lightning, $1.75, 6/15. Now it's going down just a little bit.
Well, I mean, I like the underdog in this one. I'm going to take the Capitals here on the money line. They're 3-2 versus the Lightning off of 2 or more days rest in the last 17. Also scored 5 goals in 2 of their last 3 games here as well. I'll take the Capitals today in an
And we're on.
upset victory. What's that?
Great, let's take them. No, let's take them.
All
Let's take this underdog. This is an underdog that I definitely can get behind today. I think they play decent enough defense to consider them here. The move is obviously on them a little bit. I showed Tampa Bay open as high as $1.90. Now we're talking $1.75 or so. Maybe it's even a little bit lower. So again, here's an underdog taking a little bit of money, probably sharp, right? Because I don't know, maybe Washington might be a public dog actually. So Tampa Bay's lost 2 straight. They are 5-9 on the puck line, but we're going to take them on the money line here. Take the Caps to beat the Lightning today as a second consensus play here.
Hooray!
Oh, and we got the Jets last game of the day here. We're going to look at the Jets and the Kraken. And in this one, we're showing it's the Kraken, $1.30, and the total is 6.5. Good game.
Yeah, I always think it's crazy that I don't ever get to watch the Jets play very much at all. So I'm pretty excited that I should be able to hopefully get to watch this one, alongside some NFL action today. Jets lost to the Flames in their last one out, fall to 8-4. Kraken lost to the Wild 0-1 to drop to 8-5. Kraken here ranked 11th in goals for with 50 goals. Kraken 5-1, their last 6 overall. I like the Kraken here. I'll take them at minus 130.
All right, I like it too. They opened about $1.15. They're up to 130. I don't mind that at all. Maybe they'll be a public side today, but at $1.30 is one of the best prices you can get out there for the way this team is playing right now. This is going to be a good game. The teams are combined.
Yeah, I'm happy to watch it.
9-3 straight up. Seattle 11-4 on the puck line, but gonna have to lay. You get a plus $1.90 on the Kraken if you want to take them there. Winnipeg 2-9 to the under this year. I kind of like that too. We'll see. I think this. Seattle has been kind of a scoring machine, but I think these two teams. I think this. Winnipeg's an under. Seattle's a scoring team. I know Seattle's favored. Maybe that leans to higher, but I think these guys, when you have 2 good teams like this, I expect it to be a tighter to the best game in this one, possibly with an under. So, but let's take Seattle and give us a 3-pack in the NHL.
Strong play, Ramon. Strong play.
Yeah, strong play. Thank you to everyone. Let's go over to our website and we'll get out of here. Tony'sPicks.com. There you'll find our best plays. Sometimes when I hesitate, I'm looking at my premium and I don't want to, and I'm like, oh, I can't give that away.
Give it away.
Do I like, so I hope no one, calls me out on that. But sometimes I got to pivot when I hear Mindy's play. So Tampa Bay's on the board there, Mindy. They've got 6 points against Seattle as they're early in the second quarter in the NFL game from Germany. So
Let's get some points.
Yeah, we need the over. We're on the over there. And I did not release anything. I didn't give out Tampa Bay. Just had a little bit going on Tampa Bay. Look, Seattle's been a great story so far. Tampa, this is a must-win situation for them in this one. So head on over to our website, Tony'sPicks.com. There you'll find our premium picks. Absolutely our best picks. There's the CFL. I know we had one question about it earlier, so I've got one premium play there in the CFL. And I said, as I mentioned to you, Mindy, today the final 2 games, the semifinals today. So we'll know the contestants in the Grey Cup next week. And I've got an NFL early window 3-pack. And also, Mindy's got all of her plays locked and loaded for today, and she really is going for it today. Hopefully, a big day for you, Mindy. Good luck. You see there, NFL Best Bet, Super Sunday Multi-Sport 5-pack, NHL Best Bet, NBA Best Bet, and early kickoff 5-pack. You still got a couple hours to get on with Mindy's plays there. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. If you miss any of our plays, we repackage them over at the website at tonyspicks.com. Mindy, it's been amazing. I don't want to say, talk about too much, but, we give away the plays for free. And there you see Morning's team, some pretty good records, I would say. There we said NFL, look at that, 33-19. That's about 60%, 59% right there. We did well in MLB, and our NBA hanging in there as well. But people are willing to, get the plays or be on board with us if they missed the show. I'm really happy and surprised to get the subscribers that we had. Thank you so much. If it's any of you guys making sure you get the play, thank you. We don't know. There's been a lot. There's been quite a few. So that's been really one of the neat things. So if you ever miss our plays, you can subscribe to our plays over at tonyspicks.com by going over there and choosing Morning Steam, and you'll find the packages right there as well. Or you can just go back and watch all the videos that we've offered if you're interested in our plays, and also the plays from our chat. Don't forget. So that's why we put you guys up on the screen as well. So, and we've got another plays, a couple more plays for the cards. So 3 plays, I think it was. Did we review those, Mindy, in the NFL? Actually, I don't know if we did. Let's do that real quick.
I don't think we ever officially did that.
It was Dallas -4 and the Chargers at +7.5, right? So I think that was just it.
We have quite a mix of plays here today, so it should be fun.
Okay, we'll see how we end up with those over there at tonyspicks.com. We'll get out of here. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Latifa, Scotch, Cages was here, Matt D, Blake was here, Brandon was here, Timmy Tushu, great to have him. MT, my guy MT, if you're still out there, I missed you I didn't see that you came in there. One of my old longtime chatters, MT from kind of like Gerardo, from the groups that I've been in for several years. So that's exciting to have him. Blake, I mentioned in there as well. So I think I got him in there. The spammers, thank you. Welcome as well.
Right.
So, make sure Victor as well. Mario Moore was here, and I think I got everybody mentioned. So we will leave. Okay, that's it, Mindy. Thank you. Good job.
All right.
Head over to the website. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.